Okay, guys, this is module 10. This is kind of a bonus module. I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that I've learned during my time as a playback engineer, even as a studio engineer or as a music producer, as a musician, um, even just as a friend or a brother or a son, just in life. These are things that will help you to succeed. And I think it's important to talk about the mental aspect of this industry because that, in a lot of cases, especially in touring, because touring can be very tedious and very mentally and emotionally and even spiritually taxing. I think that it's important to talk about some of the qualities that you need to focus on to make sure that you keep yourself mentally together so that when things go wrong, you don't go wrong with them. And I've seen a lot of people get fired off of gigs just because their head they just weren't mature enough. They were just couldn't, they just couldn't keep it together. So I want to talk about a few things. I have 7. I call them my 7 laws of success. Okay. And we're gonna talk about them. Let's go through them. Take accountability. That's the first one. It's very, very important to take accountability, especially when you make a mistake. Okay. And I mean, it doesn't matter who you're having to be accountable to. There's been times where the artist actually just came up to me and asked me, hey, what happened? And imagine like this is the person who's paying you ultimately. And so no artist wants to hear you come up with a whole bunch of excuses of why something went wrong. First of all, the artist doesn't even know what the hell is going on inside that computer. Otherwise, like there's a reason they're the artist and not the engineer. Like, you don't need to start trying to tell the artist, oh, well, this happened and it's like, listen, bro, like, you know what? I made a mistake. I messed up. That's my bad. Everybody makes mistakes. No show is perfect. Even when you have a perfect show, I guarantee you there's something that you can go back and find that like, oh, this actually didn't quite go how it was supposed to go. Now we got through it and everything's fine, but you need to be able to acknowledge when you make a mistake and just let that be that. I messed up, my bad, and just move on. Number 2, don't pass the blame. This kind of goes hand in hand with accountability. You don't want to be the person that every time something goes wrong, you're looking for somebody to, oh, it was their fault. Oh, it was this person. It was that. Especially if you're a leader. If you're a musical director or if you're the crew chief or something like that, production manager, and every time something goes wrong, you're talking about why it was somebody else's fault. Like, bro, nobody wants to work with nobody like that. Nobody wants to work with people like that because it's like you're not really equipped to, for one, you're not equipped to be a leader at all. But to me, you're not even equipped to be a teammate if you're always looking for whose fault it was. Now, if it was genuinely somebody else's fault, there's a way to portray that without throwing somebody under the bus. And you see that a lot on tours because I don't know what that is. Like, you see that a lot in the music industry, period. And that's one of the main things about the music industry that I just really hate. It really gets under my skin. I don't like that people try to throw other people under the bus to make themselves look better. That to me as a man is like one of the weakest things that a man can do and be. And so don't be that guy. Number 3, quick and efficient troubleshooting. Now in life, this would equate to being a problem solver. In playback or just, in the touring, live show, production, troubleshooting is actually what makes you valuable. Because inevitably something's going to go wrong at some point. It may not be the first show, it may not be the 10th show, it might be show number 30. But at some point, something is going to go wrong. And when that happens, you need to be able to figure out what it is and fix it quickly. Like, I was hearing a story the other day about somebody at Coachella Festival who, something happened. the computer froze and it was skipping, and they were trying to stop the track and they were hitting space bar and the track wouldn't stop. And they were kind of just throwing their hands up like, well, I don't know what to do. And somebody runs over there, so the monitor engineer runs over there and just like, close the computer. And it's like, duh, like it doesn't really matter. Like in his mind, he's trying to prove to everybody around him that he's trying and it's just not working. It's like, it doesn't matter, bro. The only thing that matters is that there's a show going on. There's a star or potentially superstar on stage who is looking bad right now because of something that's happening in your station. So it doesn't matter that, I need to make sure that people can see that I'm trying. No, just fix it, bro. Just fix it. That's the only thing that matters. Just fix it. Number 4, stay calm. This is in all caps for a reason. Stay calm. This is so important because I've seen people who, as soon as something goes wrong, they start panicking. And it's just like, no. And it's like, you already lost. In your mind, you already lost because you're not confident that you're going to be able to figure this out. And you can see it in a person's eyes when they're just not built like that. You know what I mean? And so, like, I learned through experience that I am built like that. And there's a lot of people who have worked with me that can attest to that fact that when everything's going to shit, Jason is not going to lose his head. Jason is going to stay calm, and you might not even realize there's something going on the way I move. I'm just kind of going through my processes. I'm going through my checklist in my head. Okay, what could it be? It could be this, it could be that, it could be that. Who has time to think about, oh no. It's like, that doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. You have to get out of like yourself, out of your head. You have to remember that ultimately at the end of the day, this show is not about you. Nobody paid a ticket to come see the Playback engineer. Nobody bought a ticket to come see you, bro. Nobody. You are getting paid to make this person that's on stage look like a star. And that's it. That's it. And so you need to just take a deep breath, calm down, and figure it out. Number 5 is be present. Okay, I say this because, things move really fast in tours, in touring, festivals, and even, just in general. Things are just always, they're moving really fast. And so you need to be present in the moment. Honestly, that's one of the main things that helps you to stay calm and to be able to achieve quick and efficient troubleshooting. Because you're locked into the present moment. You're not thinking about what happened before. You're not thinking about what's about to happen. You are right here. Whatever song that you're on, you're locked in to this. Now, obviously, like, it's okay to have that in your mind to know, like, okay, we got about 10 minutes left in the show, or it's 2 more songs left and then we're done. But you need to be locked into the present moment, because it's easy to, I mean, for me, like, I'm the type of person that my mind can wander. I'm a daydreamer, and I'm a future thinker. I'm always thinking about what's next, what's ahead. And this is something for me that I always harp on just in my own life. I have to remind myself constantly that, like, you need to live in the moment, live in the present moment. It's okay to plan for the future. It's okay to be mindful of the future. It's okay to acknowledge the past, but you need to live in today, in the present moment. Sometimes I tell myself, when I get in those modes of like thinking ahead so much, I tell myself like, hey, this moment right now, today is pretty cool too. There's some beautiful things around you. There's some amazing things happening right now if you would just allow yourself to live in it and be present in it right now, today. Number 6, appreciate the moment. Appreciate the moment, man. I've done some amazing things in my musical career in general, but especially as a playback engineer, bro. I've done the Grammys, I've done Coachella, I've done every festival. I've done every TV show, Saturday Night Live, Jimmy Fallon, all the late night shows, all the morning shows, Good Morning America, Today Show. I've done stadium tours. I've been around the world doing this. I sit back and I think about, and I mean not a long span of time, like 2 or 3 years I did this. Even won a Grammy as a producer during that time. And so I've learned in those moments, in those times, to appreciate it. You know, some of the places I've been to visit, man, I've been to some beautiful places: Costa Rica, Hawaii, Nice, south of France, southern Italy, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Dominican Republic, like just amazing, beautiful places, man, that I've been able to visit and explore, and, you know, take my camera out and take pictures and meet people, and, you know, and it's so easy on tour to get caught up in like what's not going right, because tour isn't easy. And so, you know, it's easy to get in that mode of like complaining every day, and you're going to be around people who are complaining every day. It's always something to complain about. And so, you know, it's important to just remember, like, appreciate where you are, appreciate the lessons that you're getting right where you are, you know, even if for somebody who's working at McDonald's, like, appreciate that job at McDonald's, because I guarantee you there's something that you're going to be able to take from that into your next step, into your next phase in life. Just appreciate the moment. And number 7, maybe the most important, I'm not sure. I think they're all important. Number 7, read the room. Whew. Listen, read the room. Be observant of energy. You know what I mean? Be observant of energy. If you have an artist that is personable, or that at least is polite and, you know, speaks to everybody, maybe sits down with y'all and eats lunch and things like that, which is not, you know, that's not always the case. Some artists come there, do whatever their job is, and they get the hell on. But some will treat you like family. Don't overstep that. Like, don't make them regret being that way with you. Don't make them feel like, oh God, I can't get too comfortable around this person because they're going to do this or do that. Or like, they're going to ask me to do something that, you know, especially, you know, a lot of playback engineers I know are producers or do studio work and things like that. And so I know it can be tempting for you to get around these artists and like want to play your beats and things like that. And it's like, I'm not telling you not to, because every artist is different. You may have an artist where you try to get your beats off and they're receptive. They might be open to it. I don't know. But I can tell you that in a majority of cases, that's not going to be the case. You're most likely going to get fired. And that is a thing that, if that's something that you are trying to do, you need to take the time to cultivate that relationship, to kind of develop it to where it gets to that point where either they ask you or you feel comfortable enough with them to just play them something, or whatever the case may be, right? But you don't want to be that guy that's just kind of walking into the room and meeting somebody and being like, yo, you know, I make beats. And it's like, okay, like, bro, it's 2023, bro. Everybody makes beats, bro. These artists are making their own beats, you know? And then you got to think too, this is no offense to anyone. I mean, this is coming from me. Like, I have platinum records as a producer, as an engineer, platinum, gold. I have a Grammy as a producer. You know what I'm saying? I don't even do that. I don't walk in a room, you know, telling an artist, yo, I've done this and I do that, so you need to, you know, blah, 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 blah. It's like, these artists have access to the top producers in the music industry. So kind of keeping that in perspective, like, you have to imagine that there's a high likelihood that they don't really care about the fact that you make beats or that you're a producer or whatever, because they can get beats from the best of the best in the world if they want to. And so that doesn't mean that you can't be the best of the best in the world, or that you're not great at what you do. It just means you have to keep in mind that, like, just because you do something and you believe in yourself doesn't, you just have to read the room. Know when it's time to do that. Don't, man. Somebody was telling me about a playback engineer that was talking to an artist and asking, hey, you know, have you ever collaborated with this person? Oh man, you should do a song with them or a song with them. And it's like, bro, I don't even know you. Like, why are you talking to me about this? You giving me career advice now? Like, shut up. Like, come on, man. Read the room. It's not that hard. It's really just common sense. It's just common sense, bro. Read the room. So I hope this helps in some way. These are my 7 laws of success. They have worked for me, and they have made me an invaluable piece of anything that I've been a part of in this industry. Even things that I didn't want to do anymore, it was hard for me to leave because they couldn't find people to replace me. So just keep these things in mind as you continue to develop yourself, develop your maturity, develop your character, develop your skills, as you continue to master what it is that you do, and you add the mastery of your craft with the development of your character, and bro, you'll be fine in life, in music, and whatever it is that you want to do. You will be successful, I promise you. So that's it, man. This came from the heart, man. I love y'all, man. I really do. And I know y'all are gonna go on to do some great things, man. And so like I always say, man, let's lock in and let's get to work.